Hello you guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Jazmine, aka Budget Treasures. If you are here for the very first time, welcome. I'm so very glad that you decided to stop by my channel and give it a look-see. Here on my channel we talk about all things finance with the emphasis on budgeting, paying off debt, and saving money. If you're here again for the second, third, fourth, or fifth time, welcome back. I'm so happy that you decided to tune in for another video. So today we're going to talk about how to start an emergency fund. I know that saving money sometimes can be very overwhelming, especially if you feel like you don't have the extra money to save, but you want to save. You have it in your heart's desire to be a saver. And so I want to help you out with that. So if you want to hear how to start an emergency fund, just go ahead and keep on watching. First, let's talk about what an emergency fund is. So an emergency fund is money that you have stored away for an emergency. What is an emergency? It can be anything from your car breaking down to your refrigerator breaking down to you having unexpected medical bills and things like that. So an emergency is just basically something that's unexpected that's gonna happen. There are many things that come around that are unexpected that we have to pay for, and we don't have a choice but to actually get it fixed or purchase it or whatever it is. And so that's what an emergency fund is, and that is the reason why you need one. You have to have one. Okay, there are different amounts that people believe is an emergency fund. So this is what I've heard out there, and this is what I know. For anyone who makes under $20,000, I believe it's either 20 or 27, something like that. Let's just say anything 29,000 and below, your emergency fund would be $500. Anyone who makes 30,000 and above, your emergency fund would be $1,000. Now that is a starter emergency fund, okay? And that is so that whenever you're paying off debt and an emergency happens, you won't have to go into money that you're getting, that you have coming in on a regular basis in order to take care of that actual emergency, okay? So the next thing that I hear out there is an emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Okay, that is in the event that something happens and you lose your job or something like that. Whatever income you had coming in is no longer coming in, and you need to be able to continue to live without the burden of not having a job, okay, or income coming in if you're an entrepreneur. So those are the emergency funds that I've heard. I do hear some people have a year's worth of living expenses saved up and so forth. So when you don't have any type of emergency fund, you want to start somewhere. And that's what you need to first determine where you want to start. Do you want to start at 500? Do you want to start at 1,000? Do you want to start at 3 to 6 months? Do you want to start at 1 month's worth of living expenses? That is something that is a personal decision that you need to make for your life. For myself, I have done both ways. I have first started with an emergency fund of $1,000, and then I moved it up to 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. I do live in Southern California, and I just felt like $1,000 was not enough. Any emergency, it happened to just be either more than 1,000 or very close to it, and so I wanted to save a little bit more. Once again, this is personal to your life. It doesn't have to be one way or no way, okay? I know there are a lot of DR fans out there who live and die by his rules and his ways, and I agree with them as well, but I also believe that depending on your circumstance is just your circumstance, okay? All right, so moving on. So how do you save for it, right? So now you've already determined what you want to save for. You've already said, you know what, I'm going to do 500, I'm going to do 1,000. So how do you do it, especially if you feel like you don't have enough money? So this is where your budget comes in, okay? You have to make sure that you have your budget set up. That there you're gonna have how much money you're bringing in, and then you're gonna have how much money is going out. So there are a couple different ways that you can do this. So first, just with the regular income that you have coming in, anything additional, you wanna throw that into your savings. So if you only have $50 additional for the month, you wanna throw that $50 into the savings. If you have 100, throw the 100. If you have $10, you throw the 10. You just need to start somewhere, okay? You're gonna take any additional money that you have from your regular income coming in, and you wanna go ahead and set that aside. You want to look at your expenses as always. You want to review them, and anything that needs to come out, meaning that you need to cut subscriptions, gym fees. I know we're trying to get fit for the summer 2020, but maybe you can, do exercises at home or something like that. Cut cable or lower your plan, call your cell phone, see how you can lower that. We need to find some extra money, okay? And that's one way that you can do it, and then you throw that money over in savings. Another way that you can make some quick money to go ahead and throw into your emergency fund savings would be selling things. So if you look around your home, there's probably some things that you no longer use, okay? So you can have a garage sale if you like, or you can go onto Facebook Marketplace or any other site where you can sell things, and you can sell your stuff. And whatever you make from that, you throw it into your savings. Okay, so that's another way that you can go ahead and save money. Another way would be just any kind of side hustle. So if you have an hourly job and you're able to work overtime, I would say do that. And then the money that you make from the overtime, you throw it into savings. If you have to go get another job, period, and you're able to, go get another job, period. It doesn't have to be a career, okay? It can be working at Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, or any job like that, any retail job, or just whatever you can find where you can make additional money. So those are ways, any type of side hustle where you can generate additional income, and then that way you can save the money over in your emergency fund if you do not have it coming from your primary source of income, okay? So those are the ways that you can start your emergency fund very quickly. It's gonna take some work from you to figure out what it is that you need to do, and then you just need to go ahead and execute on your plan. And then after you're done saving, then you can pay off debt. If you've already paid off debt, then you can just continue to save and set some new financial goals for yourself. So that is pretty much it. That is how you begin your emergency fund, and that is how you fund it. If you have any questions, please make sure that you leave it down in the comment section, and then I'll be more than happy to go ahead and answer those questions for you, or if you have any suggestions that you want to give as well on how to start your emergency fund, definitely go ahead and do that. But I'm going to tell you, you need an emergency fund. If you don't have one in 2020, we have an emergency funds, okay? We're not going to be stuck out there assed out. We're not doing that in 2020. We are leveling up our minds, our finances, and one way that we're going to do that is making sure that we have an emergency fund. So it has been a pleasure talking to you guys today, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.